All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host, Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight review. So we're going to Bangkok, Thailand for one Friday Fights 28. We're going to the Atomweight division. Noelle Grandjean coming in undefeated at 4-0, taking on So Yul Kim coming in at 7-1. I was really looking forward to this fight. You know, we don't get too many women's MMA bouts on the one Friday Fights cards, mostly because all but two of the fights are Muay Thai. So I was really excited for this one. All right, so first round, Grandjean set up her counter game early, catching Kim. There was a good mix of strikes by both. You know, they were attacking the body and as well as the head. The counter right straight, it was money for Grandjean. But Kim started pressuring, and then Grandjean managed to catch a low kick, taking Kim down. From there, Grandjean passed to half guard. Started landing some good ground and pound. Now, Kim tried to sweep out of that, and Grandjean managed to latch on a guillotine, was holding it from on top. However, Kim was able to get out, which led to Grandjean going back, started landing some more ground and pound, some punches. Then both got back to their feet. Grandjean got a clinch, but Kim was able to fight her off and pressured forward with punches. And at the very end of the first round, I started to see that Grandjean was not liking this pressure too much. Like, she was able to handle it earlier with the counters, but when Kim really upped the pressure, you could tell Grandjean wasn't liking it too much. So start of the second round, there was more forward pressure and punches from Kim. Grandjean was countering, but you could tell Kim was the faster fighter. Like, she was getting her punches off faster than Grandjean could counter them. Also, Kim started throwing more body kicks off of her punches, off the back end of her punches. She just 1-2 body kick. Just really nice. Grandjean tried to tie up, but Kim made her eat leather. And she tried a couple times to, you know, just kind of like sneak in and tie up. And each time, Kim made her pay with punches. Some more jab cross kick combos from Kim, and she was really finding her rhythm as the second round went on. At one point, Kim burst forward, throwing punches, but it gave Grandjean what she wanted. She clinched and tripped Kim straight down into, I want to say, full guard. Kim threw an up kick to try to separate, and she stood, but up kicks to a grounded opponent are illegal in one, much like in the U.S. And the referee stopped the action, gave Kim a warning. He didn't penalize her. I chose not to penalize her, and but he did take the stand-up away from Kim. He put Kim back onto her back, and Grandjean was kind of like just standing over her. At the restart, Grandjean decided to enter Kim's guard, and that's where things took a bad turn for her. Kim managed to lock on a triangle choke, tightened it up, cinched it in, and then she pushed off the mat and rolled over. Really nice slick move. Turned it into a mounted triangle, and pretty much as soon as she got Grandjean onto her back, Grandjean tapped out. And a really nice finish there. So your winner is So Yul Kim via submission due to mounted triangle choke, 3 minutes, 57 seconds of the second round. This is a nice finish for Kim. You know, the ref said, hey, no, I'm not going to reward you for that illegal up kick. So I'm not going to put you back. I'm going to put you back on the ground. So Kim just said, fine, I'll submit her here then. So it was a really nice finish. I'm trying to remember. Probably thinking of another fighter that I watched do the same thing before. But just really nice effort, like latched on that triangle choke really fast, and then rolled him over to get the submission. And but you know, on the other end of the ring, you know, you had Noelle Grandjean. That little lady is tough as nails because she ate some heavy punches in the second, but she kept coming forward. And you know, she, as soon as Kim kind of like stormed forward, used that Grandjean, used that momentum, used her knowledge from judo, and tripped her, used that momentum against her. So she's tough as nails. Grandjean also, she had those good counters early on in the first, but she faded. Now, whether her fading was due to locking on the guillotine, and maybe she squeezed it too tight, and maybe, squeezing it too tight and holding it for too long. Some people think it tired out her arms. She had too much blood flow into her arms. But another possible scenario could be that it was from Kim's body kicks, because Kim really turned up the body kicks in the second round with the, throwing them off the back of her punches. She just kept going 1-2 body kick, and then she'd do it again, 1-2 body kick. That also saps away at your cardio. Back to Kim. She's on a 7-fight winning streak. All of them through, One Championships, affiliate shows, whether it was the One Warrior Series or now the One Friday Fights. I think it's time for her to fight on the big show. I said that after her last win, but now with 7 straight wins, 5 of them by finish, all for One Championship, I think she's ready for a step up onto, the big time shows, like the fight nights. So let's talk things to work on for Kim. She was getting countered a lot in the first round. I'd like to see her learn to counter the counters. So if she strikes first, her opponent counters, Kim then learns to counter back. She wasn't doing that at all. Like she was throwing, she'd get countered, and then she'd reset. But I'd like to see her get into that a little bit more of that flow state where she throws, her opponent counters, and then she can counter right back. For Grandjean, I'd like to see her work on her footwork more. She was having a hard time with her entries in the second round. She was trying to get in close, and I think if she utilized her footwork a little bit better, she'd be able to get those entries better. It doesn't help that she's very short, but with the right footwork, she can do that. It'll help. Now for fights to make, sticking with Noelle Grandjean. This is her first loss. I'd like to see her fight someone around that same experience level. Someone who fought for One Championship before on the Friday Fights, Anelia Toktoganova. She actually fights this weekend as I'm recording this in, I want to say either Kyrgyzstan or Uzbekistan. But she has fought for One Friday Fights before, and they have a very similar record. Experience-wise, I think that'd be a good fight. For Kim, like I said, I'd like to see her get onto one of the bigger shows. I think Elise Anderson would make for a good opponent. Elise has some sneaky subs too, and she's not bad on the feet. I think that'd be a good first challenge for So Yul Kim on one of the bigger One Championship shows. So those are my thoughts. So Yul Kim defeats Noelle Grandjean via submission in the second round. Let me know your thoughts on the bout in the comments down below. Now, if you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Drives the algorithm, lets other people see it. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to Wmma Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.